That's gonna happen.
Alright. Sure. Let's just go with this. Sometimes things don't go to plan. We're live.
We are now?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, we are now.
Cool. Do you want to bring the camera forward?
Yes. Yes, I do. So, everyone, we're going on a ride. Okay.
Step into my office.
It's going to aim it that way. No one's ever going to know the difference. Perfect.
Where are you going to sit with the cable?
I'm going to come over that side.
No, that's where Glenn goes.
Alright, I'll come in this way then.
I remember that Glenn's here and Blair's here.
I'm just gonna. Alright, in that case, shove over. Alright, this is cozy.
Yes. Welcome to a claustrophobic 9th episode of HACT Live.
As you
We
can
are
tell.
live.
Yeah, oh yeah.
No audio issues and bang on time.
No audio, don't do that.
The microphone's there. Sorry. Oh, Glenn, you could warn them in advance. You've got like a 20-second delay. Say everyone cover your ears.
I'm yet to see anything come up.
Did you put the new window into the WordPress page?
Yep.
Oh. I'm sure we'll be along momentarily.
Why are you orange? You should not be orange. We're definitely live.
Cool.
Can confirm.
Do you need to refresh the page, buddy? That's okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna,
pretty sure we're live.
Yeah, I'm going to begin talking.
That's my life, yeah.
Live on the YouTube page.
Mm-hmm.
Audio issues okay? Someday, soon I suppose, we're going to have like a full-on film crew and paid actors to do this stuff.
I'm all of those things.
You are?
Yeah.
You're an actor as well.
Yeah. What do you think? I'm normally this nice?
I know he's not. I can vouch for that.
Where am I going? And I need a keyboard.
Anyway, hardware setup's falling apart. That's mostly because we're in the aftermath of wrapping up HACT Winter 2015.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. It was. It was great.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
actually phenomenal.
That's why we look so run down now, because we gave absolutely everything over the last 2 weekends.
In case you're wondering why the setup might look a little bit different, just off the screen, like just there, my computer's currently facing backwards because two things happened on the weekend. Firstly, one of our USB extenders, I think it's like a 10-meter USB cord, has been broken because it has half of my front USB port stuck in the front of it. So there's a USB port on the front of my PC that no longer exists. It's gone. It's ceased to be in our realm of existence. Not really. It's just over there on the floor in the end of the USB extender. Yeah. So I currently have my PC facing backwards, and I'm just using a normal length USB cord to run this into the back of a computer.
Yep. Which is why we're a little bit smooshed up here this afternoon. But I hope you're comfortable at home.
Oh, yeah, you guys can't tell that everything's going wrong. I mean, there's an odd cord here, and the microphone's in a weird place. But I mean, other than that, you can't see the
Business as usual.
Yeah.
We're all good on the audio front.
Seems like it.
Cool. All right, Glenn's on the IRC today, and as ever, you can hit us up there. You can hit us up on Twitter at hacked_io. Yes, these ones.
Yeah.
Or on the Facebook group, or on the chat in YouTube, which we sort of monitor for the first three.
I don't monitor YouTube.
You don't?
No.
No.
Too much effort.
All right. So we
should. I don't.
Can we just make sure to disable the YouTube chat in future? Then we don't even have to pretend that we look at it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
I can probably do that.
I'm gonna add that to the lessons channel. Just so
yeah, disable the everything. How did I get here?
So we had. Let's talk about InHacks first. I reckon. Although we streamed on Wednesday, didn't we? So
we talked about InHacks.
I have no recollection of that stream.
I think
at all. Nobody does.
I remember trash talking Glenn because he wasn't there.
All right.
Pretty sure that happened.
Well, let's give a quick recap on HACT, which
Yeah, go for it.
happened on the weekend of the 4th and 5th out at the Academy of Interactive Entertainment, where we had 37 students jumping into a whole mix of different technologies, and we had a really good time. It was for 10 to 13 year olds, so much younger average age than the traditional HACT event, and it was only over 2 days. But what we saw out of that was 12 students go on to grab a ticket to come back to HACT the following weekend. Now, I think that was some good validation in a way, because the reason we wanted to put in HACT on was a number of parents were saying, oh, we need a sampler for younger students so they know what they're about. And of the 37, 12 of them said, you know what, I really liked this one piece of technology. I'd like to spend 3 days getting better acquainted with one of those. It's probably a little surprise. Virtual reality was the big hit at HACT, and that's what most of the students then went on to do at HACT the following weekend.
Yeah.
Who's joining us in the booth today? Chris is back.
That's me. That's not. That's a person. We got another person here, but that one's me.
Which one's you?
917.
You should use your real name, Blair.
But I don't have a keyboard plugged in.
Touche.
Well, anyway, welcome to everybody who's joined us on the IRC and everybody who's lurking there in the background.
Yeah. Someone just asked how to go full screen. If you mouse over the player down in the bottom right, yeah, there you go. He's on it. You're gonna get that 20 seconds before I actually say it. Yeah. No. I was heading up the VR stream at HACT, like the main event on the weekend.
So that
Who this person was in, apparently. They're a mystery person,
But
but
they
they
were in
came to
VR.
both HACT events, and they were in VR this time.
Is it Will? No, wait, Will, sorry, Will wasn't in VR.
no,
No.
Will was in 3D print.
And
Okay, that's-
when they say both HACT events, they might mean in HACT.
So in other
I'm
words,
not
you mean
sure.
Sam?
So we've
Sam wasn't it in HACT?
No, but he was
was
at the original
no,
one.
yeah,
No,
right.
it could be in HACT and the HACT we
But
just
this is the
ran.
mystery, and we're going to try and crack this by the end of the episode.
I put money on it being Sam.
Sam
Yeah.
tends to use his real name.
This is true. I could just look at the sheet that has everyone on it and just go, it's you,
Read
it's you,
off
it's you. Yeah.
names.
Where's the fun in that? So yeah, you were starting to talk about running VR at HACT. Now we had 50 students. Just painting a picture for everybody. 50 students, and we're back at Canberra Grammar School in the Snow Centre. And I've got to say, it was called the Snow Centre, but it was quite warm in the building. The heating went really well. Hey, I'm mentioning snow because I was expecting blizzards and getting snowed in and stuff, but the weather was pretty tame against the forecast for that weekend. But anyway, so you ran VR that weekend.
No, VR was good. We got a lot done. We didn't touch as many areas as I wanted to, mostly because unfortunately, I don't know if you guys heard, Guy Walsh, one of the mentors, unfortunately got sick halfway through the Saturday, so we had to go home, and we were going to get him to touch on all sorts of cool UI and interactive GUI stuff, but that's okay. That didn't happen, but it's alright, it was good. We've just had Russ Hackey join us. I think I have a pretty good idea of who that might be.
Me too. Hello, James.
Yeah, so James was also with me in the VR stream, and that was good fun. He pretty much, ran it on the at least half of the Saturday and most of the Sunday, which was good because I was running around like mad trying to get laptops and event stuff.
There were 13 students in VR from memory.
No, there was 12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right. We moved one to game development.
And we
bit
had
of
one
simulation sickness. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, we had Evan come and join us.
Sweet.
Which was good. We had some really cool products actually. Unfortunately, I didn't get it quite as far as I wanted to in rocket-powered wheelchair skydiving. But
Yep.
I was going to ask you how that one went.
it went well, except I couldn't get the actual four-wheeled physics working.
Okay.
I was so close. The real ones worked. The real ones worked, but I just didn't want to buy it. So I gave up because I didn't get that much.
Do you need wheel physics when you're falling out of the sky?
Well, I wanted to launch out. And the thing is, I had that working originally. I could just kind of roll the wheelchair, literally roll the whole wheelchair out. And that was great. That was fun. But the camera was chasing the wheelchair down. It wasn't good for the Rift.
Not for the
Not for the
simulated
person
sickness.
watching it. Bit of simulator and motion sickness rolled in for good measure.
But it was funny. So.
I imagine that's just emulating what the real life experience would be more like, though. tumbling out of the sky in a wheelchair, feeling sick about it as you hurtle towards the ground.
I would be a little nervous.
I'd be more impressed if you were still in the wheelchair.
Well,
Safety first.
you'd be strapped to it. You're strapped into it. No, the VR guys seem like they're having a great time when I walked in. And that room also had the guest streams going on in it. And I hear they went really well too.
As anyone that has been in any of my classes through the past HACT knows, I'm incredibly biased towards my class because, well, I'm allowed to be. So I pretty much try and G up as much cool stuff as I can for the class that I'm running because
Oh, why not?
of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 3 guest streams, which were awesome. The first one, there was some technical issues. That was with Annette and Dale, but we got through it. That was pretty good. Learned a whole bunch from that one to take into the one with Nate Rogers. So the one with Nate Rogers went really well. And yeah, like it seems like you guys really enjoyed that one, which was awesome because we got to see him do some really cool painting in Manga Studio,
Yeah.
which is now called. Do you remember, Glenn?
I could look it up.
It's
Give me one
they
second.
got a
Mango
way.
Express or something.
No, they got a way worse name for it now.
Oh, okay.
Apparently they co-brand it as both of them now because it
okay.
just went on sale the other day for like $15.
Yeah, so
and I
I'm
linked
actually
that
buying
on
it.
the Facebook page.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend like it's the tools that make the artist and go buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
It's
put
not.
3 smudges of colour, hack off 2 sides, and we'll have
Sword.
an amazing looking
Yeah.
sword. So
Yeah, you're right. That's all Nate did.
Well,
Crazy.
that's what he made it look like. That's all there is to it. That's what pros do.
Yeah.
So it is called Clip Studio Paint Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's Clip?
memorable.
Clip.
Clip Studio Paint Pro.
I don't know why. Manga Studio is way cooler.
Yeah.
But that's apparently
I think it's
their new
because
name.
Manga Studio, the name kind of implies that it's not like a super serious painting thing.
Or
like
it's not for
painting manga.
anything
Yeah,
outside
it's
of
just
that.
manga.
Yep.
Then again, I don't know what Clip Studio painting is.
For painting clips, you can make clippy different colours now.
Got some urge to draw it now that you've brought it up.
Is this the thing that comes up and helps you in MS Word?
Yeah.
In
Oh.
Microsoft Word.
Clippy. All right. What else? That was the VR stream, and then we had Dale Ward from Evil Aliens. That went really well.
What was he doing?
He was doing the Unity stuff, so particles.
Those
Oh, the
particle
particle
stuff.
thing. That was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, Dale's quite awesome at
Like,
particles.
make shiny and bouncing particle rainbows, and then a fan that blows it all away.
Pretty much.
A lot of
That
people
was
watching.
decent.
A lot of people watching will have
Let's
never
see if I
seen
can hold
Clippy in
this
their
up.
lives. So back Microsoft Word like 2000.
This is what Clippy looks
1997.
like, according to Matt.
Yeah,
Wasn't
well,
there-
we're about to
wasn't
get
he-
done for
wasn't he on
trademark.
a Post-it note?
No, he was the helper
Sort of-
on Microsoft Word.
Bottom
And-
corner.
I feel like he was on a Post-it note.
He might have been.
No. When he had a tip, there was a post-it note as a shortcut that came up saying there was an alert where you could summon this helpful individual
Yeah.
piece of steel. He was not that helpful, but you could change him to like Einstein and stuff. I remember that.
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I remember using him to procrastinate through the entire class.
I see you're trying to make a 3D game. Would you like to create Minecraft? Yes.
Yes.
Here is
Um,
Minecraft.
Yeah.
So VR went well, and I hear that you were much happier with how web ran at this event.
Yeah, so web seemed to go a lot smoother this time. I'm not sure if that's just because I was there for the entire period, so I realized the base content and not just coming in at the end. But we started off with sort of web basics, and then instead of diving right into the back end stuff, we played around with a framework called... What was that framework called?
In my notes,
Foundation.
Foundation was the framework you guys were using.
Yeah, so that makes it a lot easier to make pretty looking websites while still actually writing the website yourself. So that was cool. And then 2 people who I want to say was Rafay and Jack got into some PHP backend kind of stuff for their projects. So that was kind of cool. I didn't help them with that though. That was the other mentor, Anthony. I know names.
You do.
So bad.
What's up, Mr. Timpsons?
Yeah, Matt Simpson's the
Chipper
smart guy. Thanks to ABC 666. The other streams also went well. Saw some cool stuff coming out of game dev, and a terrific job from new mentors who've stepped up for game and did a top job there. And
Bit tired there.
bit flat today. 3D. I was downstairs near the 3D print guys and saw some really cool stuff coming out of there, including a medical device of sorts. You might remember Will came and hung out with us a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
He came up with something to make it easier to pull the test strips out of the what do I call it? It's
Blood glucose.
yeah, those strips. So when you're measuring blood glucose levels, teachers don't like to handle that. This thing, you put it over, roll the wheel back, it'll pull that out. So he iterated on that a few times. I thought he had a pretty cool design coming together by the end of it, which was very cool to see.
Something I loved. I was so stoked with this. I cannot for the life of me remember his name. Did Shrek?
Oh, I want to say that was Albert.
Yes, I
Was
believe
it
it was.
Albert?
I feel like it might have been.
Okay.
One of the kids, we think it was Albert. I'm the worst with names, much like Glenn. At HACT, he came through and he had a bunch of fun, and he did an awesome Shrek model, like using like box modeling tools. Made Shrek during HACT, and it was like, because I was like, I don't know, man, characters are kind of difficult. Like for a first thing, might not be the best idea, and he nailed it. Like, it was so cool. And then he came back for HACT, and went into 3D art with Dean Walsh. Dean Walsh was leading. Dean Walsh is my senpai. He's the guy that taught me 3D. He's a wizard. Anyways, he came back and he was doing 3D art, and then I wasn't even paying like super close attention to like what all the streams were doing, so I was trying to like gear up VR. But I walked in at one point and he'd been modeling a fire bat, which is it's a type of like kind of space marine from StarCraft 2. It's like a red one. It's like one of the Terran guys. And it looked really, really cool. I was like, wow, that's cool. That's, it's a really good model, especially for someone that's only been doing it for this time. And then I didn't know until like right at the end of the weekend he'd had it 3D printed, and it looked awesome.
Yep.
So that was cool. We've got Nick. Awesome. Hello.
Except the chat channel says that you're not allowed to be called Nick because probably that name's registered.
Is it because of that, or is it because it has an information thing or something before it?
No, that's the program itself.
Okay.
That's okay. Well, remember that guest 62281 is Nick.
Yeah.
Rolls off the tongue. So 3D art went well.
Yeah.
3D print went well too, and the event went well. So HACT scored an 87 overall in the surveys from students, and the event we ran over the weekend, 87.5 in the end.
Pretty consistent.
Yeah, it is. I mean, our first event was 90.5. So we're kind of grouping like, right up there.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty much
Right,
like
that.
a HD average.
Yeah, that's right. Overachieving, So, like all these events, plenty of awesome individual memories and take-home souvenirs as well. So, yeah, you're showing it now.
Yeah.
So, Lachlan borrowed or appropriated James's idea of a hacked cup and got it printed faster and gave me that to bring back to the office. Don't know if you can see the lettering there. Blair will fix that up. Sorta?
Yeah,
Not really?
yeah.
That's alright.
No, it says HACT. Believe me, it says HACT.
So anyway, that's
What do you
all.
reckon? Should I sniff it or drink out of it?
I reckon that resin's pretty healthy.
Oh yeah. It smells good. Feels good in my
You
eyes.
might sleep better for it tonight.
It wouldn't be hard.
Because, yeah.
You might sleep.
Well, you'll be at hospital and they'll have administered something to help you sleep. And
This is going to a dark place.
well, I'm just saying, this
Nighttime?
plastic's not very good
All
for
I
you.
all I
That's
hear is you want to get me admitted to a hospital, and put to sleep. So, thank you, Matt.
Aw.
Freudian slip. From
We
my
love
part.
you, Blair.
Gee, Blair, why don't you go admit yourself to hospital and take some oxy? Anyways, I don't know what any of that says, by the way. I can't read handwriting.
No, this is my
Scribblings of a madman, correct?
yeah. No, this is my quick handwriting.
Yeah.
My doctor's script. How about you guys? Any favourite memories out of the weekend just gone? Bit of a blur.
Not enough sleep, so that's kind
That's
of
a
playing
favourite
with my
memory.
memories.
Or what about how Hannah had come back to HACT, and just absolutely ran with the web dev stuff? I thought was very
Yeah,
cool.
You could sell
Her
hacked
mum
cups
was
as
going
merchandise
off.
at the events. We could. So we could
Good
also
idea.
give them as awards and stuff. Also,
Make a
Sell 'em.
trophy.
I think it was... was it Tom or was it Chris? I feel like it might have been Tom. One of them, because I was telling them that we were going to make the hacked hoodie, like the pro game looking hoodie.
Yep.
And they were like, as soon as you have those, I want one.
Sweet.
I reckon we could do that. Chris and I were talking about it at the end of the event, and he was saying, we should come up with a standard hacked shirt. And so rather than a different shirt for each event, unless you substantially change the designs of the shirt, make it the same, and something people can affix to the shirts to better mark which ones they've been to. You know, like the badge idea?
No, I don't mind the badge idea. I just prefer the different shirts idea. It's like all the trade shows, like EBXpo and PAX.
Yeah.
Every time you go, you get a different shirt. So then, when everyone at the 2021 is wearing the 2020 shirt, and you're sitting there in a 2013 shirt, you're like, what?
Are they like very different though? Because that's what
Yeah.
happens with all my HackerCon ones. But
They're
the
pretty
thing
different.
is, they're very different, which means our art guy will have to design very different shirts for each event.
I'm sure I can
Yeah,
do
Matt.
it. I'm sure I can do it.
He did it last time. I don't know why he's not nudging me.
Well, he was elbowing me in the face.
I was attempting to elbow Blair, but apparently it's now your job,
My
Matt.
head's not that big.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely want something that you can like build on. I want like we need like ranks. Like what are they called? Not lapels.
Epaulets,
Yeah. Something. Epaulet.
I think.
It's close to that word. but I
The
don't
military thing.
Yeah. Yeah, them.
Okay.
Stripey, get you good medals. But not like scouts. Nah. I suggested both different shirts at the same event. I'm guessing same shirt. So
No, it was saying. Sorry, Chris, you're right. It was saying there's two different paths to take it. Either dramatically switch up the appearance or design of the shirts, or have the same in some other way to represent just how many of these things you've been to.
Sure.
I think it's another purpose of this illustrious platform we keep talking about, which is people's profiles having different badges to reflect which of the events they've been to, which prizes they may have scooped up at those events as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. And, we still haven't heard back about the Icon grant yet, but Chris is still going to be first cab off the rank there for the Avatar as well. So we haven't had any news back about the grant yet. Have we had some more comments about, or questions? I think I saw Nick just asked where was HACT held this year. So the HACT we ran on the weekend just gone was at the same venue as back in April. So that was at the Snow Centre for Education in the Asian Century at Camp Grammar School.
Mouthful of a name there.
It's pretty long. So the Snow Centre.
John Snow Centre.
The John.
You know nothing.
nothing.
Jon Snow Centre.
Until you come to HACT, and then you'll know a bit.
Stop hitting the table, Matt.
We're sorry for your eardrums.
Just sitting there
Sorry.
with cymbals.
Sorry.
Hope you guys can hear us coming through nice and
Where do
clear.
you get those toys from? That
The monkey?
Yeah, where do you get those from?
I don't know, like torture stores. If that.
I think we should get.
medieval
we should get one.
medieval torture dungeons.
No, I think we should get a real monkey.
A real monkey
For the office, yeah.
like a live one.
Yeah.
A spider monkey.
Yeah, a little one.
We could teach him to do jobs, like fetch our coffee
Or-
and hamburgers.
Or do our programming.
Yeah. I thought I was the code monkey, but that's okay. Type monkey.
To be fair, I feel like we could probably train up a monkey to do what I do in probably the same amount of time I spend working each day.
But where would we
Don't you
find
touch my beanie.
But where
Don't
would we
you touch
find
it.
Where would we find him a matching beanie? That'd be cute.
Like if you put this beanie on a monkey, it'd be a bag. It would actually encompass.
It'd be a bed. Like, you'd flip it inside out and sleep on it. It's a good look. For all the talk of lapels, epaulets, got a program named HACT, and now head coverings. This is going down a path.
It's a good look.
No.
I don't look questionable at all.
No.
Oh yeah, Matt's sick.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, something I should announce actually. Before I forget. So everyone, I'm not going to be on HACT. Well, we can try, but it's unlikely I'll be on HACT Live for
a long time.
This Saturday, next Wednesday, and the Saturday after that.
Yep.
Because I'm going to be away.
Leaving us.
Yeah, I'm going to be on a work trip. I have to do like quadruple hours. I'm flying around to all these meetings and no.
Yeah, alright.
Unbelievable.
We can hold you to that. We'll set them up for you.
No, I've already
Yeah.
set them up. Most of them are on the beach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm going on holiday.
Well, we'll have some outcomes for you to tick off to see how well these meetings went then.
Tan. Sanity.
It's the middle of winter.
It's
Well,
not
here
sad.
it is. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Blair's going to Noosa, so that sounds nice.
Yeah. Should be good.
It wasn't an easy decision for him to make, to miss 3 episodes of HACT Live. That's right. But you will be able to tune in with Glenn and myself, and we'll come up with some cool stuff to talk about.
It'll go one of two ways. Either I'll like Google Hangout myself in and just have horrible audio quality and all that and be down in the corner, which to be fair wouldn't be that hard. Or what I'd rather do is tune in and watch and laugh at your audio issues.
No, we'll be fine.
No, you won't.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it'll be fine.
I'll just unplug everything and just delete my OBS settings and watch them.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I'll have a little piece of paper propped up here on the table with our logo on it, and it's good as. I'm ready to rock.
And we can just like video call off an iPhone and be like, so
Yeah.
we're here with
and then
HACT
go
Live.
play table tennis. I'm really not seeing the issue.
And then nothing happened for the next 3 streams. So does anyone know how to use
Yes.
embedded YouTube on an iPad?
Yeah, oh, embedded. Do you double tap it or something?
I'm loading it on my phone now, so we will find out. 21964.
Glenn will help you in a moment. Other cool stuff came out of the weekend. So University of Canberra partnered up with us for the event over the weekend just gone. So everyone availed themselves of the USB drive wristband things, which were very cool. We're confirming with them shortly that we're good for a time. So they've said we can use the Inspire Centre again for the awards event. That'll be not this weekend, but the weekend after that. The other cool thing that came out of the weekend was UC were happy with the event, and it's likely we'll partner again into the future. I won't hold them to that, but it all looks promising, which I think is great. CBR Innovation Network partnered with us for the event back in April, and they came back on board again as partners for the last 2 events just gone. If we can keep building these sorts of relationships with these sorts of organisations, it's going to be big.
Means we can just keep pouring money into the events.
Yeah, that's right. And now that we've...
Which is literally where it all goes.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, running 3 and those event scores I mentioned before, I think now is when... Because, we've got 12 weeks or so till the next school holidays. Now's the time to be going to Unity and Oculus and all these guys and saying, look, we're running our programs on your software, on your platforms. Can we get some pro licenses to give away as prizes? Can we get some other support? Can you supply us some professionals like your superstars to come rock up to either a VIP stream or even come to one of our events, as well as a mentor? 1,000,001 ways to take this thing, but they're all good directions, I think. We're going to be sorting. So these next school holidays, we're going to be testing running more than one HACT simultaneously on a weekend. So
how many are we running, Matt? How many are we trying to run?
6. No dramas. Yes, mate.
Yeah.
So we'll be good.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I think so.
We're going to run it. Well, this is the plan. But we're pretty much going to try and run it in every city in Australia, more or less. Not all of them.
No.
Not Hobart. Perth.
Not every city.
No, not every city.
Well, we got
Capital cities.
Sydney.
Yeah.
Isn't it, well, I didn't even look, but I think it's Sydney, Canberra, Brisbane, Wollongong, Newcastle, and
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
So pretty
So
much
everywhere down
East
the East
Coast.
Coast, yeah. Except for Tasman.
Which is-
Hobart.
No, which is not every city. Every city
Alright, every major city. We're missing 2.
capital, not major, just capital.
It's only one capital.
Well, I don't know. I've been from a regional area. Like too often, those regional centres and even regional townships. What?
I'm from the mountains, Matt.
Well, you should be more sensitive to it. Though. Anyways, we want to try putting 6 of these on around the East Coast, and from that leverage that out and get that put on in more locations after that. All right. Yeah. Chris is freaking out for us about the 6-bit. No, it's a little bit awesome. So, how do we do that? For me, it's finding a venue in each city, contracting an event lead to do the role similar to what I do at the events, leveraging the connections of hopefully the venue and the event lead to bring in the mentors we need for the event. Is long story short. I'll be getting on with codifying everything I have in here about what goes into putting these events on, and we're going to share that knowledge around and get this concept out there in the world.
I am going to. I hope that's not feedbacking through the mic, but I'm going to open up HACT Live on my phone and see what happens.
Okay.
So I'll try and solve this for you.
Yeah, that's right. So to reiterate, we're not proposing we run 6 in the school holidays ourselves. What we're wanting to do is 6 venues. Sorry, I'm reading another question.
So
Chat on one half and a tiny screen on the other half.
they're talking about trying to get the stream working full screen on their iPad.
Yep. I'm not sure how to do that.
I would imagine it's probably not very well mobile optimized.
You could say that. Well,
But a nicer interface between streaming and chat is something I would like us to develop for this platform. And when we hacked together this solution of YouTube Live and an IRC flight together in like an hour, and it's been serving us for, what is this, episode 9 now?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Honestly, I got nothing for you, bud. I just went to it. There was a big play button. I hit play and it went full screen.
Yeah, that's what happened on my iPhone. Is yours an iPhone?
iPhone 4.
Yeah.
All right. So Chris is asking, will you guys stay in the Canberra event or visit the other events?
I'm leaving you.
No, that's a cool question. Look, I expect we'll need to find another event lead here in Canberra, and from the Canberra venue, we'll need to set up some sort of headquarters, and I'll just be checking in with event leads all around the place to make sure everything's going okay. Now, if we're running a or when we run the Canberra leg at the same time as the others, most likely these 2 guys will still be here in the ACT as well for that event. Whilst it'd be awesome to go and check out how the other HACT events are running, I guess there'll be enough for us to do here in the ACT. You know what? It's more likely the 3 of us will be in that control room bit, and we'll need to find a bigger team of people here in Canberra as well.
Yeah, probably.
Nah, I'm going to keep doing VR or 3D.
So we're going to keep this thing afloat, and you guys in 3D and VR have a good time
Go be
with this
awesome
guy.
with me.
Yep.
I ain't going anywhere.
There you go.
At least for the first time, I think, like, once we've tried this multiple things at once, kind of control roomed it, figured out what doesn't work,
The way
maybe checked out a few of them as they're running to make sure it goes well.
The way
I
I-
see us leading less hands-on with it.
Yep.
the way I see it is that, say at the coming events, I'm teaching art at the one I'm at. Because we're running them simultaneously, there's no reason I can't be running that and be like on Google Hangout with all of the other art leads, and how like we can like stream between our own tutorials and everything and just get it all cycling. Like
That would be really cool.
that sounds like a much smarter way of doing it, just in my mind, because it means that way I can be making sure all the art streams are going good, and I can be making sure mine's going good because I'm the one teaching it.
While we're doing 6, what happens when we run like 50 simultaneous?
It'll be awesome.
It'll be
Then I
a
pay
very
someone else.
large hangout call.
All right.
I'll read this one. Are you going to have lots more events in Canberra, or is this the last one? We're never doing one in Canberra again. We're doing.
You're mean when you're tired.
We're never gonna. Well, I say never. I never say never. For the foreseeable future, we're going to be doing Canberra events. Yeah, every holiday pretty much. So we're doing at least 4 a year, but we're going to be adding some more into the mix. And Chris asked, we could run a new stream at HACT where the entire 3 days is devoted to opening the live stream in full screen on an iPad. We'll need some professionals for that.
Yeah, I just wanted to clear up real quick. We do answer your questions, so keep firing them through. There's a 30-second delay in the video, so we answer not soon after you write. Just takes a little while to get it back to you who are watching.
Yeah.
Glenn's already written. Yeah, 30-second delay. So there you go. Feels like a minute. What else been going on? So yeah, plenty more events here in Canberra, and it's an important part of what we're doing that we get this concept out there into other cities, because frankly broadening us out gets more opportunities for HACT, lets us put on more cool stuff for people in Canberra. I mean, we were able to bring some amazing VIPs online for this first event, but picture what it would mean for going to hitting up these people saying, look, we're running 6 of these or 15 of these, can you come and address however many students there are attending that event? So we'll be able to pull more people, we'll be able to get more support from other organisations around prizes and hardware and all that sort of stuff as well. So unless we rejig it in a major way, each school holidays, though another interesting piece of feedback was if we're running a weekend, weekends are more useful to parents during the term, and if we're running it in school holidays, then weekdays are more use. I mean, you picture it, in Australia, people who are full-time employees are entitled to about 4 weeks of annual leave a year. Students in high school and primary school, meanwhile, get about 12 weeks of holiday a year. Not all of them are old enough to be left home by themselves, so parents working weekdays makes more sense to be putting things on those weekdays, so parents know where their children are and they know they're having a great time at HACT. What are we doing?
I'm just looking at stats.
Can you bring the IRC back up for me? Alright. Cool. Glenn's on it.
Cool.
Yep.
Dot. Click on the button. I feel like this doesn't count the
No, it's like the video control room thingy.
No.
What else is happening? We had a workshop on Tuesday with the indefatigable and awesome Hamish Hawthorne of ATP Innovations in Sydney, which I think last 2014 was awarded for being, or recognised as being, the best incubator program in the world. So very cool that that's being run out of Sydney, which just hop, skip and a jump here. So Hamish's workshop was on capital raising. What that means is this program we're in at the moment called Griffin. There are six teams at the moment, I think, working away. And picture that you're running your own business and you've come to a point where you know the product is okay, and people want it, and you want to scale up in a bigger way and get what you have in front of more people. Well, often you're going to need more money to go and do that. So if you're manufacturing something, you may need to go and get more product made. If you have some software, you may want more salespeople to go out there and move it for you, or what have you. Well, raising money, is what they mean by capital raising. So it's how do you raise money to fund growth in your business. So that's what the workshop was about yesterday. Went for 2 hours and felt like I went felt as though it went a lot faster than that. Because Hamish is pretty engaging speaker. Actually, he's pretty good. We talked about a whole bunch of different business valuation techniques. I won't get into the particulars of that just this second, but if you ever want an explanation, happy to do that stuff. Yes. And we met with him again this morning just for a one-on-one about HACT and where we're headed with this thing as well. And it kind of came back to, all right, so we'll ramp up these events that we're putting on and get them into more locations, but sort of where's this, where will this coalesce? Where will we take all of this to? And for me, it comes back to an online community of the students that have come through HACT or other students that are just into working with digital enabled technologies. So that way, if you're into 3D art, there's a community of other students between 10 and 17 into the exact same thing. And a place where you can upload your portfolio, be recognised for the work that you do, and also share that work with, say, someone in the game stream, making it easier to collaborate. And those are the sort of things that we were talking to parents on the weekend about. And there seemed to be a bit of interest in offering something like that. We were being asked the question of where does my child go after this HACT event to keep learning this stuff? And that's a pretty good question. How you feeling, big fella? He's pretty good. He's okay. All right.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
It's something about VR. We're trying to establish which stream our friends were in on the weekend.
Trying to guess at who people are, and they're being elusive.
That's good. Fair.
Not sure. It's one of yours, though, Blair. So it's all on you now.
I don't know any of the names anyway.
Good start. Just flip coins, pick random lists.
It's terrible.
I do, sort of.
There's a question I can answer. So, well, sort of.
What was the question?
The question is, when are we able to get the Oculus Rift, and how much will they cost? Q1 next year, they'll be coming out. I don't think they've given an exact date yet.
No, it'll be
January
Q1
and March.
Thanks. It'll be first quarter of next year. The price point should be around $350.
Is that US?
Yes.
Probably.
So I'd guess $4.99 Australian.
They don't do regional pricing.
I bet they will.
I bet they won't.
$3.50 US. What's that in Australian?
I don't know. Whatever, whichever checkout you're going through determines it. I don't know. Whoa, like 410, 420. 410.
Anyway, all right. Well, I'll take a bet on this right now because we'll still be around by March. So I'm going to call it $4.99 in Australia for a Rift.
Cool, 400.
All right, Blair's gone with 400
All right, in Australian or for the?
in Australia.
If it's not
Australian
regional
dollars,
price, which it won't be,
Uh-huh.
I reckon it'll probably be either 350 or 400 US.
Yep.
That's whatever that translates to in Australian at the time.
Okay.
Plus postage,
Yeah.
which will make it about 500.
I'm predicting your Harvey Normans and so on, JBs, it'll be
They're
$4.99.
You reckon they're going to retail like that?
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, two things to bet on there. How about you?
Two things I'm going to be right about.
Hey.
Nothing.
What?
I think it'll be $9,001.
Stop giving away my password to every bank account I own.
So Chris is saying 468.50 AU is currently 350 US.
Yep.
So
Is
yeah.
it really? That is depressing.
Yeah, our dollar is not going well current.
Yep.
It won't be $4.99. It might be.
It's going to be so sweet when it
I'm
is.
trying to remember because they've never done regional pricing before. To be fair, they have been dev kits, and I'm pretty sure if you no, Adobe does that actually. It did regional pricing for developer tools. I'm gonna try something. I don't know if it's gonna work.
You look like a Ghostbuster.
Oh, you know who I can look like? Someone from Ghost Recon.
No, you won't look that
Just you wait, buddy.
together.
Just you wait.
All right.
You need glowing green dots on the front.
This is the worst idea I've had. Nah, trust me, I've had much worse ideas.
Yeah, it does look a bit Ghost Recon-y.
Perfect.
Yep.
See the rest of the stream like this.
Yeah. Well, I expect there'll be people monitoring this live stream, and there'll be people around to investigate whatever the heck is going on here very soon.
You mean like my mental state?
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
I've been
those things.
investigating it. I can't really breathe. Oh,
Now Chris has remarked that we could give an Oculus Rift away as a prize.
nope, they're all mine.
Blair said they're all his. I don't know if you can hear so well with but getting muffled over here. But it goes back to what I was saying before, which is if we can put more of these events on in one location, that's a pretty cool bargaining chip to then go and approach Oculus and say, can we get a consumer Rift to give away as a major prize in those streams out of the weekend, for example. Yeah. All right. We've got a lot of thumbs up for the Oculus as a prize idea. I think it is a cool idea, and I think it's so real. I think it's more aligned with what HACT is about, to be giving away hardware and software that helps people progress what they start with us at HACT weekends. Particularly if we start going to venues like the AIE that have a lot of hardware already in place.
Yeah.
Then perhaps a lot of the students coming don't have those things at home, so prizes could be more like that, right?
That's a good point. Like, one of the things that came as feedback from actually a number of people, both directly because they didn't have a computer to bring, and the ones that brought a computer and it was really slow and not good enough, is it's sort of an entry barrier to the events where you need to bring your own machine and it needs to be powerful enough and stuff like that.
The tension, as I see it, is that by asking people to bring their own hardware, we make sure everyone's got everything set up correctly, that they can keep going with it after they get home again.
Yeah.
But if it's such a barrier that we're missing out on a lot of the students who want to get that experience with tech, then I'm leaning more towards we need to solve that
it.
somehow. So Blair's used this as an excuse to fall asleep mid-show, so we're going to leave him to it. How you feeling?
Tired.
Yeah. That's okay. Let's get this happening back up here. Yeah.
Have any of us been hacked?
I
guess it depends on the context of the word hacked.
My Skype got hacked
When
a week
gaming.
ago.
When gaming.
Blair, have you been hacked while gaming?
Yes.
You'd get DDoSed, right?
Oh, I've had everything. So
You guys don't know, but Blair was paid to play World of Warcraft professionally for a time there. And people got up to some pretty rough antics to stop you.
The metagame got into... Well, it's not like it was to specifically stop me. It was to stop my team and like better their own. It's not like they were personal vendettas, but most of the time it wasn't that. There was a bunch of things that used to be done. The metagame got so weird. One of the things that used to happen is this thing called a DDoS, which stands for a direct denial of service, which is...
Distributed denial of service.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's many machines attacking one.
Yeah, it's like imagine when you like go to a website and you type in the thing and you hit enter. Your computer's essentially like checking that exists. Goes boop, sends a package to it. Goes, yeah, that's a real website. If everyone in the world did that to the exact same website at the exact same time, it would crash because the server would be like, 10 million people asked me a question, can't answer this fast. Aneurysm. So essentially what it was, you would get people would get a whole bunch, like their team and a whole bunch of like botnets, and they'd use like really bad programs like, actually I'm not going to mention them, and they would use them to like target someone's IP address that they get off like say a Skype, because the thing is it's really easy to get an IP address these days. You don't even need to do anything and they'll get it. For example, if I was to send you a Skype at friend request, even if you ignored it, didn't even respond to it, I've already got it, just from sending it. Anything like that, you can get it. And once you have someone's IP address, that's it. I've also had my account hacked a bunch of times. I had someone call up my ISP and cancel my plan at one point. I've had...
Nice.
That was funny. Wow, Blair.
Nothing
wow.
like a little bit of social engineering.
What else?
So Blair's talking about being on the receiving end of hacking, and Glenn here...
I've never
is
done it
in-
before in my life.
No, and Glenn here is in information security, so a lot of his training is in how do you defend against stuff like that.
Not so much defense. I was more on the red teaming side of things. So it was with full permission and in a controlled environment against servers that we owned, because it's ethical hacking. I would hack our services and machines before the bad guys could, so we could figure out how they got in or how I got in and stop them before they could do it.
Pretty cool job.
It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Who's that for? The government?
That was for the government,
Yeah.
in quotes.
I don't know who he's
So I
talking
guess
about.
that'd be a lot of creative problem solving approaches and stuff.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. It's like you're presented a thing that you're meant to use in a certain way, let's say like a login box.
Mhm.
And it's like, instead of just putting in my correct username and correct password, you sort of think about, okay, if I was the developer, how would I have implemented the back end to this login box?
Admin.
That's one way.
So
You
one of
should
the
try that
students-
first.
Blair, one of the students has just informed you or let you know that you got wrecked.
I did. I got thoroughly wrecked
Yeah.
many a times. But that still didn't stop me being awesome getting paid to play computer games.
Yeah, that is something.
Yeah, so you basically have to think about how they would have implemented it, and then you think about common mistakes they would have made in that implementation, and basically you craft what you're giving to that website to change the code that's running, basically. And depending on what it is, you can do like little simple things like bypassing a login form, or sometimes you can take that and escalate it through SQL injection and then maybe some command injection, and eventually you actually get full control of their box and or server, to use normal words, I guess. And that's really cool. And then you can like pivot through the network where you basically jump from one server to another and you get access to all sorts of cool things. So
Yeah, did you have one of the students on the weekend starting to explore those things?
actually. So Hannah decided that she wanted to try out some basic web security stuff. So I had her on a site called hackthisite.org, and it's kind of like so it's got different kinds of missions. The beginner ones are sort of, they're similar to real world problems, but dumbed down, so they're sort of easier to get into and learn. But they teach you the same kind of analyzing concepts. And so we went through probably a good half of those basic missions.
Cool.
And then there's also some realistic missions on there, which is like legitimate vulnerabilities that you're exploiting in a controlled environment, I might add, with permission.
Very
Ethical
important.
is good.
Very important.
Hacking without permission?
Oh yeah.
bad.
On that note, kind of continuing on from what I was saying about DDoSing, in Australia it's a federal offence, by the way, so that's really not something you want to be doing. It was humorous, I guess, for a little bit at first, but the thing is, you are denying someone a service, like you're stopping them from being able to use the internet, which, as a lot of you know, can have some serious adverse effects. It means you can't do banking, it means you can't do your job a lot of the time. Like, it has some really heavy repercussions. So yeah, it was really funny, but one of the guys that actually did it to me, who I knew in New Zealand, got arrested and charged. Yep. So because the ISP realised what was going on and just gave his address to the police, and that was that. Needless to say, he didn't do that again, because I'm pretty sure he got convicted.
All right, we have another question. What was your favourite game last year and why?
Oh, last year, 2014.
I'm gonna say BioShock Infinite, but I'm sure that came out a lot earlier than last year, but I only played it.
I think it was last year. It was early last year.
Actually, maybe I played it this year. I'm gonna say Bioshock Infinite anyway.
Oh man, what? Oh, did Smite actually come out last year? I think it might have. I think Smite got released last year.
I thought it was 2013 Smite came out.
It might have been.
But which game did you enjoy most last year? It doesn't have to have come out last year, right?
That's a tricky one. Maybe. What did I play a lot of with friends last year? I like. Actually, no. That was just before the end of the year. I think I was playing Space Engineers. That was sweet. That was so sweet.
Cool.
You haven't done taking me seriously, mate.
It's
No.
pretty hard to talk to you when you are just a black hole of face with a rift on, I must say.
I look like I'm a crazy tech assassin of some form. I don't know how this is going to
Some
work.
kind of tech ninja, perhaps.
Maybe. I need this to be my like my display picture. How's that look?
This can be your avatar.
It looks like you have more than 2 eyes,
Good. I do. I have 2 on the back of my head.
which you've now covered.
Wait up. I'm gonna stem this. I can feel the glass digging into my eyeballs. I mean, into my 4th eyeballs. Yeah. This is how it works.
Cool.
Yeah.
Crazy Blair.
Yeah. This is what happens when you sleep deprive an artist.
Work harder.
This is actually that's interesting. So when you have one rift, I've never actually done this before. When you have one rift on, it doesn't weigh very much. You put 2 on, it starts to weigh a bit.
Cool.
Yep.
The weight of virtual reality is bearing down.
Yeah, it
on
doesn't
you,
seem
Blair.
so virtual now. It seems quite real.
So Chris said that he started playing Space Engineers but couldn't get the hang of it.
I will totally play it with you. It's the bee's knees. It's fantastic. They actually brought out Medieval Engineers a couple months ago. I think
Is
it's in
that the
beta.
siege weapon thing?
Yes.
Yeah, that looked really
Well,
cool.
you might be being confused with Besieged,
Oh.
but
Maybe.
is the whole game just building siege engines?
I think so.
Yeah, that's Besieged. That's also very cool. But Medieval Engineers is kind of like Space Engineers, but it almost looks better. They've got like crazy structural integrity and like awesome deformation and destruction. So you build up this crazy castle, and when it gets broken, like if, for example, if you have like a bridge and you take out the main support, like the bridge will crumble. Like it's like you can all jump on this massive
Might
server.
just put that on my Steam download.
It's so good. I want people to play it with. They recently, when I bought it originally, myself and a couple of friends bought it, and because it was using the same engine as Space Engineers, we just assumed that it had multiplayer, but as it turned out, it didn't at the time. It does now, I think.
I hope so.
Yeah, pretty sure it does.
And a follow-up question: why was it your favourite game?
So I don't really enjoy single player games very much. Very rarely will I actually.
Because you can't beat people in it.
No, I mean I do like the competitive side of games, but I also thoroughly enjoy co-op. Like co-op games are actually my favourite games. So, for example, Portal 2 co-op, all of the old school games like Perfect Dark, and actually was that co-op? I feel like it was. There was co-op in GoldenEye, wasn't there? I think there was.
There was
No,
multiplayer.
There was multiplayer.
Yeah, that was yeah. Anyway, insert co-op game here. Trine. I don't know, just co-op games in general. Army of Two I really liked. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas. All those ones I'm a big fan of, just because it's good co-op. But yeah, no, Space Engineers was cool because you could make like you start off really small and you don't really have a good understanding of how the game works, and then as you go on, you're kind of learning all these new skills and developing crazy cool methods of building stuff using just basic physics and engineering and stuff. And then once you have multiple people working on stuff, you build these crazy cool structures. Like we started off when I was playing, we made a cool base, and it was like, oh yeah, we made a little base on the side of a meteor, cool. And then we got wrecked by an asteroid shower, and I was like, oh, that wasn't fun. And as it turns out, for whatever reason in the game, the asteroids always come from the sun, or the main star near you in the game. So, and it doesn't move. So there's always essentially a sun in the area of space that you play in. So I found the biggest asteroid I could and dug a base into the dark side of it. So it was literally like, these asteroids are like, the size of, I don't know, Canberra, maybe bigger. And yeah, we dug this massive square thing into it with a giant space drill that we made. We built a base inside an asteroid. It was pretty sweet.
That's cool.
It's really cool. It's kind of like, It's kind of like a grown-up Minecraft almost. Like it's because it uses actual voxels. If you don't know what voxels are, it's what Minecraft pretends to be. It's how everything's made of like cubes.
So it's a volumetric pixel.
Yeah, close enough. Yeah, it's pretty
Is
much
what it
that.
stands for?
No, I don't think so. Maybe it does.
I'm looking that up.
Same effect. Same effect.
Oh, I mean, isn't that what voxel is short for?
I hope so.
Yeah, me too.
Alright. You're looking it up on your phone, hey?
Glenn's looking it up for me. How about you, Glenn? Well, I was Bioshock Infinite, your favourite game of last year.
Good question. I really liked the original Bioshock because awesome storyline.
I had
Bioshock 2 was okay because it was Bioshock 1 again, but playing his little sister was cool in that really messed up view of the world. And yeah, Infinite, I wasn't too sure at first because it was in the sky rather than under the ocean, but as the story goes on, it just really like sucked you in, and then as it all connected up, it's just like, oh wow, like that's why that happened in the first one. It's set in the past, by the way, sort of.
Yeah.
It's kind of set in multiple dimensions, I guess, so maybe it's the past. Anyway, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. But it was really fun. And you didn't have to fight big daddies this time, which was a good, except for that one boss fight in the DLC.
They were pretty rough.
Yeah, kind of
I
hard.
remember the first one when you were like down in the docks. So many big daddies, so little ammo.
Terrifying. Well, yeah, this one in the DLC, I had 2 shotgun shells left. That was it. Maybe like 2 uses of Eve. So, not sure how I beat that, but somehow did.
I'm trying to think what game. I don't know if I played a lot of games last year. What about you, Matt? What was your favourite one?
I don't know, I never said one. I'm going through my Steam list, see what jumps out. I didn't really play a lot of new games though. Like I played a lot of the classics. Like I really liked the Brave New World expansion on Civilization 5, so I played a lot of that. Still played a bit of Counter-Strike Go. And,
CS:GO came out last year, didn't it?
No, but some new expansions. Well, some new maps and stuff came out. So I played a bit of that. In terms of what there's an early access that came out last year that I played a bit of that I liked, and that was from a Melbourne studio called Powerhoof, called Crawl, which looks like I played a bit of the single player, but I reckon it'd be a lot of fun multiplayer. So
I think I'll change mine. I think my favourite one might have been Insurgency.
Insurgency.
Yeah. That was
the FPS source mod.
It started as a source.
Yeah,
mod.
but now it's standalone.
Yeah, that was actually really, really good.
So, the user that just disconnected, so they have a different kind of numbers again, asked how we got into our streams, as in the event streams, so 3D, VR, and that sort of thing.
Yep.
So,
how we each got involved? Or?
I think so.
Well, how did you fall into doing that work in the first place?
Well, it was like 10 past.
Yep.
We started a bit late though, so we've probably got 5 minutes
Yeah.
left.
So how did you get started in web development, Glenn?
Well, I guess web is... I do all sorts of coding and security stuff, but web is probably the thing I've done most of in my life.
I have to go.
Started when I was like 10, just playing around by myself, hanging out on IRC, asking questions and stuff. And then, yeah, since then I've just done lots of different web-related things. So I guess that's why I'm doing that. And I'm kind of interested in also at some point running a security stream or tying it more in with web, but we haven't really got around to planning that one yet, so...
I'm out of shot. I apologise. I'm actually going to have to run. My lift is waiting for me. It has been for 10 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah. Whoops.
Good planning, Blair.
I didn't realise how long I was asleep for, alright?
That's what happens when you're in virtual reality too long.
So real.
That's alright. We'll wrap the episode
Don't knock
up.
the mic off when you walk past
I was going to walk this way.
We'll wrap the episode up there anyway, I
Alright.
reckon.
Well, to
But-
quickly summarize, Blair does all sorts of game devy, 3D modeling, really cool stuff like that.
In case you didn't get that because I was moving the mic, I used to be a game dev.
Yep.
That's why I do game
So
3D.
that's why he's doing those ones.
There you go.
Yep.
Alrighty.
And yeah, I guess
You're
we
right to
have
hit
to
stop
go.
on this.
Yep.
Yeah, so everyone, thanks for joining us for episode 9 of HACT Live now.
Sorry for it being a bit all over the place. We've all been pretty flat because of the crazy awesome event that went down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're
that's
all just recovering.
yeah, pretty much.
Thank you, everyone.
But no, wait, Glenn's going to Sydney, so I will see you all on Saturday
Yeah,
and
see
have a
you.
conversation with myself.
Just a man.
That's cool. It'll be good. I'll just stop cracking the table with this pen, and otherwise we'll be okay.
And remember to like, save, and subscribe.
Oh yeah,
Don't.
do
No, don't.
do
Yeah,
that
good.
social media stuff.
Alright, see ya.
Cheers.